Hey guys, so welcome to another video. First of all, tell me in the comments what you think about the new lighting setup. I have a green light over here, I have a blue light over here, I have the red light up there. And I just kind of have Christmas lights and these all over my room. So tell me what you think about the new lighting setup. I think I'm going to eventually move these to be kind of, not over me, but kind of over here, just so it doesn't look like they're kind of coming out of my head. So let's jump straight into this, guys. So first thing you should know about is your ISO. Now ISO is basically how sensitive your camera is to light. So if it's like really dark, you want the ISO to be higher so that your camera is way more sensitive to light than if it was bright outside, where you want like a lower ISO so that your camera isn't as sensitive to light. One thing you should know about your ISO is that the higher it is, the more grain and noise you're going to have in your image. Now grain and noise basically is like, I don't even know how to explain grain or noise. It's basically just these little speckles in your image. And yeah, they can come in all different colors. So that's what grain and noise is. Grain is just little speckles in your image. So yeah, the higher ISO is, the more of that you're going to have. So when you're raising your ISO, you're giving up some of your image quality. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is aperture. Aperture is the hole in your lens that is letting in the light. So when you're in a low light situation, oh yeah, by the way, your aperture is measured in f values. So like f22 is way smaller of a hole than say f1.8. So that's basically how aperture works. So it's measured in f values. So the higher that f number, the smaller the hole that you're letting light in through is, and the lower the f number, the wider the hole is going to be. So make that a note. So yeah, if you're in a low light situation, once again, you're going to want to have a wide open aperture, so a low f number. And if you're in a high light situation, like say outside, then you're going to want a really small, little tiny aperture, just so you're not letting in a crazy amount of light that's going to blow out your image. And then the last thing you should know about is shutter speed. Now shutter speed is just the time that your shutter is open, letting in the light. So if you're in a low light situation, you're going to want that shutter speed to be open for longer than if you're in a higher light situation. Now something that you should know about shutter speed is the longer that shutter is open, the longer it's going to be letting in light, and thus the more prone to camera shake you're going to be. So if you have that shutter open for like 8 seconds, and you're holding it with your hands, dude, you're gonna be like such a blurry and shooken image because like your hands are not that still. So when you like look back at the image, it's gonna be like shaking around everywhere. It's gonna look like this almost. Here's a good example of it. I kind of did that on purpose by hand holding it. That's basically shutter speed. So if you're like trying to take a picture of the stars, you're gonna want high ISO, low shutter speed, and you're gonna want a wide open aperture. That's to take a picture of the stars, so you're letting in as much light as possible, maybe like a 15, maybe even 10-second exposure with that shutter speed open. The way that you can control how open or how long your shutter speed is open is by just setting your shutter speed to bulb. I don't know if all cameras have it, but if you set your shutter speed all the way down, as low as it can go, it will just say bulb. And basically, as long as you're holding down that shutter button, is how long it's going to be open. Now, once again, like I was saying, if you're doing long exposures like this, it's going to have a lot of camera shake, so a tripod is pretty much a must unless you just want to like have your camera on the ground. Then you're going to need a tripod, and a shutter release is helpful, not completely necessary, but it will make your image quality a lot better. So yeah, that's basically the basics of your basic camera. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Guys, my card is full. I'm gonna have to make this quick. So basically, white balance. It's the balance between colors in your photo. So if you have more yellow light, you're gonna want to pump in some blue lights or a blue light to counter that. So yeah, that's basically white balance. If you're in a room with a tungsten light, then you're gonna want to set your white balance to tungsten, and that's gonna pump in some more blues to counter that, and it's gonna make everything look better. Trust me. Just look up white balance. I can't talk here. My memory card is full. I'll see you. Goodbye. Peace.